Well, when we talk about shaking up the routine, what if you don't have a routine? What if you are struggling with it right now? I know when we met with a group of clients that we work with their leadership team, that many of them were struggling with the fitness side of it. Hello and welcome to Press Pause. Today we want to talk about how to fall in love with your fitness routine all over again. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Well, usually it does, but sometimes it's a little harder. The weather's changing, it's getting darker earlier, staying darker later. I know that normally, people go for a bike ride first thing, and then now the first thing is 8 o'clock. So it's a lot harder.
Well, we thought this was an important topic with the weather changing, and if you live in an area of the country or world where you have 4 seasons, it does get darker, it gets colder, and if you love to be outside, sometimes it changes it, it makes it a little bit harder.
Right. And right now, it's kind of the end of the season, which was just culminated with the marathon and the new world record by Kiptum. He beat Kipchoge's record almost 2 hours. I mean, I can barely ride my bicycle that fast. It's unreal how fast those guys are running. He's a 22-year-old kid. It's
oh my goodness,
real. So,
but that gives you some inspiration.
It's inspiration, and it's a culmination. So now he's on a cycle, and everybody here is on the winter cycle. So he's on his winter cycle, what does that look like? What does that look like for you or for me?
Right.
For you.
Exactly. Well, one of the things that we've started doing is just shaking up our routine a little bit. So I think one of the things that can really make a difference to get you to fall back in love with your fitness routine is to change it up. So what are you doing now for your routine, and what have you done to make it look a little different? So you've just recently done something different here.
Right. Well, every morning I have been going for either a short walk or run, depending on how I feel, or a very long bicycle ride. And then at night, somebody watches TV, and I go back and I go in the gym and I lift weights. And then I may even do another, get on the rowing machine, get on the treadmill, get on the bike. And I really found that it's a lot of fun just to kind of relax, decompress, and add some miles and energy, get rid of some energy that way.
Oh, there you go.
Twice a day I've been working out.
That's awesome, Graham. And I would say that the evening workouts for me don't work so well. So you have to definitely find what works for you, because we have ways that we measure kind of our sleep and things like that. And if I do an evening workout, I can do a nice walk after dinner. That helps to just do a stroll and get some movement, digest the food. But when I've done a heavier workout after dinner, then that tends to conflict with my sleep. So that's not always the best for me.
Right. And I'm not doing a hard workout where the cortisol levels are getting really high and all of that. But I mean, they're getting higher than they should, but it hasn't impacted my sleep at all. I actually bounce out of bed more.
Oh, well, that's good. That's great. That makes a huge difference. Good.
What else?
Well, when we talk about shaking up the routine, what if you don't have a routine? What if you are struggling with it right now? I know when we met with a group of clients that we work with their leadership team, that many of them were struggling with the fitness side of it. So how can you incorporate something now, even if it's something small? So be thinking about that. So what would be some suggestions of how, if somebody's listening to you and go, I'm not going to go make any marathon records here, and I'm certainly not going to work out twice a day. I'm not even getting a once a day workout. What would you recommend, Graham?
Well, I'd recommend walking to the mailbox and getting your mail, or parking at the far end of the parking lot or across the street and walk to the grocery store and carry your bags back. Simple things. You don't have to do anything. You could just start by saying, I want to do 10 sit-ups and 5 push-ups, and do the push-ups on your knees. Just get started. Just start small and work your way up. And if you do too much too soon, you're going to get hurt. You're not going to like it, and you're going to get sore, and you're thinking, well, then I'm not any good, or I can't do it. And then pretty soon you stop.
Right.
And so that doesn't do you any good. So start small and just do something simple. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to sign up for a new gym or buy a new bicycle for the house, although I really need one. But yeah, you don't need those things. Maybe some new shoes, because new shoes always make you feel good. Maybe a new workout outfit, something like that. But,
right.
But just start small, do a few push-ups and sit-ups.
Well, and what I would say too is what has worked for you in the past. I know, our audience is high achieving entrepreneurs, so you are one. So you've likely had things you've done in the past that have got you motivated into fitness and doing that. So what has worked? What do you maybe just need to put back into place? And if just saying, hey, I'm going to do a little bit every day, like you're suggesting, if you don't have the self-discipline to do that, if you're like, oh yeah, I'll commit, I'll say it, but then I know myself well enough that if I don't have the accountability, it's not going to happen. So I would say actually sign up with a fitness trainer, get yourself a personal coach. That's what I did. I think all of us will go through slumps, even if we're really intentional, as we both have been. You've gone through slumps, I've gone through slumps, and for me, in the last year, I just felt I usually am really disciplined about the fitness routine, and we had some things going on in our life. I just wasn't working out, and I knew that I needed to really shake it up. And so I reached out, asked some friends, and actually, we have family that go to a great fitness coach. And so I decided to make an appointment with her. She actually did a routine with me, and then I was able to take that routine and also do it at home. It was super cool because I really appreciated this about our coach, Kylie, is that she actually had me go into our home gym, which we have one with some equipment. And she said, I want to make sure you can do this at home. So she actually had me video our gym and the various equipment that we had. And then I was able to send that to her, and she was able to use that because then she knew that it was things that I could do at home versus say, oh, that's at a gym. It's not going to get done. So that really motivated me to get back into it.
No, that was a good one. I actually think that you could just go on Instagram and find all these cool fitness people. There's so many people with like 12 abs and muscles bulging out, and you just flip through and see what they're doing. That just do a couple of those activities, because so many of them are ridiculously simple, and
right.
Just because they're unique specimens doesn't mean you can't go do the same exercise. And who knows?
Right. And if you're willing to commit and get started now, this is going to get you set up really well for the holiday season. As we're recording this, it's early November, and we know as seasons come and go, we know the holidays are hard ones to stay on track with your fitness. So getting that started now and going. So let's think of 3 tips that we can give to get really people started and committed to this so that you will fall in love with your fitness again. And I'll give the first one, and that is you just need to decide that you're going to do this. Decide what you're going to do and how often so that you can actually make the commitment. That's the first step. You have to make a commitment, decide you're going to do this.
I think number 2 is you need to make it fun.
Agreed.
I think that was part of the piece that was missing for me. And by introducing new people, new friends, just different things made it fun again.
Right.
So,
well, and you got some workout buddies too, and that helped. I mean, you went on a bike ride, you kind of joined a group to be able to do that. And I mean, that for you shook it up. You've been riding by yourself all the time. So that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it has to be fun for sure.
Right.
And then 3, I would just say, get an accountability partner, whoever that is, whatever that's going to look like. If that's a fitness coach, if you got to have a paid accountability partner, then my friend, do that. I've got a really good accountability partner here. We have it in each other that we're doing some workouts together. Call a friend. I'm sure a friend would be willing to do it with you as well, or family member, but get that accountability partner. There's nothing like when you don't feel like working out, that person calling you up and saying, all right, let's go to this workout class or whatever it may be.
Right.
Good.
I think that. So decide, find the accountability partner.
Right.
And then make it fun.
Make it fun.
So.
Good. Well, let's fall back in love with our fitness, you guys. You can do it.
Have fun.